Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is small final stage, and it's time for match number one. It's Erangel time, and here we go. The flight path is here, initiates from Sosno military base and finishes off to his shooting range, currently favoring the central regions of Erangel map. It's difficult to head to his west. It's difficult to head to his the east, and teams are going to focus on dropping in the central regions of Erangel map. But the question is the first circle. Which regions are going to be favored by the first circle is the question for now. We talk about Italy. Team Italy will be heading towards the west of Sosno military base island, and they'll be sharing the island with two teams, OG Esports as well. But OG Esports, they're dropping in Sosno military bases east, and a team SNR, they'll be heading towards Novorepnoy. So Team Italy has maintained a distance with both these teams. Maybe they won't end up in a fight, and they will divert their rotation towards the circle. But you never know. Team Italy might fight both these teams on Sosno military base. There's a high chance because they run behind finishes. They love fighting in the initial stages. The first circle has been initiated, and first circle will be favoring the central regions of Erangel map. T72, they're into a fight. Melas gets knocked out. That will be the first blood of this game coming up by T72. And obviously, Team TS was trying to secure vehicles, maybe. That's how Melas got knocked out. And Melas will be finished. He will be finished out. XLR Esports, they're into a fight too. But right now, Team TS, I guess they're sharing the compound with one of the players of XLR8 and Melody, that is. Melodoy, that is. I'm sorry. Melodoy takes down a player of Team TS. And Team TS, they will keep on losing their players. This will be their second casualty. The problem with Team XLR is even they faced 3 casualties, and Melodoy is the final player surviving. And it's a great decision to leave that compound behind and head to his safe areas, because there was still a player in that compound, and you never know. The opponent finds out a better weapon than you. There's 50% chances more of him taking you down. So Accelerate Molotov just picks up his buggy. He steals that buggy, by the way, from his opponent. And he heads towards the west of the map, maybe the west of the circle too. A lot of chaos in the initial stages. Even T72, they've lost a player. Koji's out of this game. Who must have expected this, that T72 would be losing players early? And they haven't secured any finish yet. They knocked out one of the players of Team TS, but they didn't get confirmation. Melas will be given revival. Melas gets knocked out too. And that will be T72 again, and this time Melas immediately gives up. Melas won't even wait for his teammate to show up. And now one final player surviving for Team TS. Another casualty comes in, and the final player of Team TS is not really in a mood to head towards the safe areas and play that survival game. Team TS is going all in. Aggressor has no clue that there is a player in the outer skirts. There is a player right now trying to square up on him. The aggressor will surely take all the necessary precautions. Next, Esports, they're into a fight too. On the negative side of Infinity, Razor gets knocked out. Now he just had that Watchtower. He doesn't have much cover. Shots will keep coming in. Until now, Razor hasn't got that revival. And what is Team Next Esports doing? Why are they not reviving their teammate? Cavarage? He was pretty much close to his teammate. He could have revived him out. Kilao is going to get knocked out now. That is checkmate. Kilao gets knocked out, and Cavarage. I mean, you could have flushed him out too. Razor gets that revival, and Next Esports, they're on front foot now. So they will try to close in step by step. Morzino is way behind with that flank angle, but maybe Morzino won't get a good opportunity to deal fire on his opponents. Lotus is knocked out, by the way, and Morzino needs to close in. This is such a great setup by Team Divergent Test. Absolutely, that's a great setup. That's such a wide split. And it will bother them not finishing out Kilao. They should have finished out Kilao, although he hasn't got revival yet. Maybe the go strategy of Next Esports is to bait Team ZL. First casualty coming in for Next Esports. That will be their permanent casualty, that official casualty. A teammate won't be revived. Lotus was caught in a wide open area. And then will not be able to save him. Fixes gets knocked out. Messiah still trying to pin down the players of next esports from their backs. But it's not really working out for him now. And since the player who climbed up the rooftop, Fixes is already knocked out. So now next esports they can completely focus on Messiah. Razer gets knocked out. Porzino is the man. Messiah takes down Kavaraj, and that's how next esports will get eliminated from this game. They're eliminated on 18th position. And the fun part is Kalau will be revived too. And without any loss, Team ZL will be winning this fight. That is incredible. 5 eliminations into the bag. I feel like next esports should have finished down Kalau, but they didn't. And Team ZL rises back. 5 eliminations without any loss. That's a big deal. Team Italy, by the way, they were on Sosnovo military base island, and they are, I guess, fighting. But now they're in Ferry. Maybe they lost a player while rotating. That is a sad news, losing a player early. Team Italy. Spine is out of this game, so it leaves them with 3 players. Although Team Italy, maybe they're trying to settle down here in Ferry Pier, and they'll be waiting for the upcoming shift of the circle. They don't want to travel much. They don't want to wander inside the circle. They would just like to wait. Team OG, by the way, using the Nova bridge to rotate, and that is a good decision in my opinion, because there's a lot of traffic on Sosnovo military base bridge. So the IGO, using all his experience to carry out a safe rotation for his team. But Team OG, if they want to avoid fights, that's not going to happen, because there are a lot of teams on their way towards the circle. Team OG Esports has to choose a fight, whether it is Team LMT or whether it is Team Sinners Esports, that is Team SNR, on the bridge of Novorepnoi. They have to fight. Either one of them. They cannot keep on running away from fights. GR Esports versus Team GE. Gentleman was just trying to pop in that first hit, but he became too much late. Finally, Mafia is the final player now for Team GR. It's a 1v2, by the way, and it's still possible. Clutch a 1v2, but Mafia going in a way too open area, although he connects on Dawn, but it took him so much long to knock him down. Enuma stabbing Mafia. Team GR gets eliminated on 16th position. So much aggressiveness in the initial stages of this game. So many fights have happened till now. Team 404, by the way. Team 404 error. They've been watching this fight pretty closely. Team ZL, probably they're on a search. And they're trying to search and hunt teams. Messiah again, and he climbs up the rooftop. And that angle is going to create a lot of pressure on the players of Team 404. But Bangzi, why is he not able to spot Messiah? Finally he does. It became too much late. Maybe Messiah won't be spared this time. And the flush will come in immediately. Not yet. Not yet. Team ZL. These players have incredible synergy. They know how to cover their teammates up. And still, the flush hasn't come. Messiah is still breathing. He's still alive. And maybe ZL Esports will be able to save Messiah. But they have to be careful. Basiq, that is. Sorry. Maybe ZL Esports will be able to save Basiq. It just took so much risk to step out and open. But one thing is clear, that ZL Esports, they want to fight. They want to fight each and every team. They are mainly focusing on getting eliminations. They are focusing on winning this tournament as well, but they want to win it in an aggressive fashion. Africa is not there to box team. Kalau will be saved. Basiq will be saved. Kalau gets knocked out, by the way. Basiq now puts on more pressure on Ruga. He's the final player for Team 404, maybe. Not the final player. Where Ruga gets knocked out. Ruga on his knees. Now 2 players have been knocked out of Team ZL. It's gonna be a 2v2 fight left. Bang Z is moving in. Maybe Bang Z will flush out. Like this. Maybe not. By the way, Ryuga is out. 4v3 fight it is. 2v3 fight it is. Bang Z goes for the grenade. Makes no connection. It takes out another one. Razvan very smartly. He climbs up the roof. Gets a height advantage for himself. Kilao gets knocked out again. Kilao is a problem for Team ZL. As he's getting knocked out again and again. This is probably the third time I saw him getting knocked out. Messi climbing up the wall. With that off-guard angle, he dealt really good damage on Razvan, but that won't be enough. And Banksy shouldn't move up all by himself. He needs to wait for his teammate. ZL Esports, even they are feeling the urge to eliminate Team Aero 404 as soon as possible because they have to revive their teammate as well. But Aero 404, they're taking their time. They're not really in a hurry. And now finally Team ZL will start taking the initiative. Banksy gets a frag. ZL will be given a casualty. The amount of synergy these players carry, they are not making any mistake. Banksy gets caught. Razvan, now he is left all alone for Aero 404 in a 1v3 situation. ZL Esports, it will be a great reset for them. As soon as Killer pops on their first day, they will move in. But Razvan, he's not moving up. He's trying to stay down and find ZL Esports, and that is not a good decision. But now Razvan, he's on the first floor. Since he's on the first floor, he will be getting plenty of CPP advantage. He's so much slow now, the callings will be given. Maybe Morzino will climb up, make it worse for Razvan. And Team ZL Esports, they're not taking any kind of risk. All the players are trying to play together. Razvan takes down one, takes down two! Oh no! Almost Razvan eliminated the most dominating team in this lobby. And he almost eliminated this team by himself. Almost pulled out a 1v4. Team ZL survives. And on 14th position, Aero 404 will be getting eliminated. Third circle it is. It's a centralized shift by the circle. Team ZL is still present inside the circle. Romania squad, by the way, if they've heard the gunshots, Romania squad might close in, or else they can stay away. Team JD, that is, who is controlling the south. JDH Esports. Team Italy might try to bother them because that's a valuable compound. And Team Italy would like to secure that compound for themselves, but maybe they wouldn't invest themselves in a fight. If they have an opportunity to avoid a fight and play peacefully, I mean, I think they would choose peace. But they're moving towards Axe Gaming. This way or that way, Italy Esports has to fight. But fighting JDH would have left them very less room for third party, as there is almost no team out of the circle in the south of VC. Rain AI gets knocked out. Renai is out. Wagner's out delivering. First elimination coming in for Team Italy. Axe Gaming now moving behind. Now they would start trying to look for hard cover for themselves. It is no retaliation from Axe Gaming. That is odd. That is weird. Usually teams after they lose their first player, if their opponents are pretty much close, they rarely back off. If the opponents are as close as Team Italy, they rarely fall back or retreat. But here, Axe Gaming, they won't be showing a sign of their vulnerability. Instead, they just grab their vehicles and head towards the safe areas. And this compound as well isn't that convincing. I mean, at any moment, things can go south in this compound. So Axe Esports, either you can move deep inside the circle, or you can try to get a few frags for yourself. Although they have 2 eliminations, better than Team Italy. Maybe they were forced into the fight to get these eliminations. Team Italy will be getting their first one. That was Killer who will be delivering. Wagner Zada flushes out his opponent. By the way, Team LMT, they're into a fight. 666 gets knocked out. White Cricket. Pearson. They are fighting Team ZL. Not a good team to pick a fight against. 666. By the way, he was fighting Team VB. Who is Team VB fighting against? Is there a player right above them? 666 is already knocked out. Who are they grenading? I mean, they have no clue about the positioning of the players, of their opponents. They have no clue about the positioning of their opponents. They're just grenading, wasting their grenades. Wow. Great team. Came way too close. ZL Eagles warning shots, trying to keep their opponents away. But TNN, some of the players of TNN gave a counter out of this game. Why was he so much separated from his teammates? That was not needed. He went too much far and got eliminated, and that was Team TNN. Free Team TNN. They'll be giving Team ZL their second casualty. The strength of Team ZL is fighting together. If they choose to fight a team all by themselves, they're gonna lose. And that's what happens. So Team ZL now, they're down to 2 players. And numbers disadvantage is gonna bother them in end circle fights. They have great control on this game. They had a great control on this game till now, but now I feel like they're slipping. The grip is slipping on this game, and they're fading fast. Casualty at this moment can turn everything upside for them. Circle, by the way, moves for Eastern Shift. It's stage 4. Team Angst Gaming, they're still present inside the circle. They have a good position. I mean, that compound, did they change it? Yeah, comparatively, Axe Gaming has a better position now inside the circle as compared to their last position which they had. So Axe Gaming, they executed the rotation at a critical stage, but moving inside the circle was comparatively easy. Axe Gaming reaches their destination successfully. Kilao will be knocked out. And Team ZL, they were just left with one final player, Muzino, and he is eliminated too. So yeah, they were losing grip on this game, and finally they got eliminated. But by the way, this is a fight between 3 teams. JDH, they'll be fighting Team Avalanche. Team Italy, are they out? Are they eliminated from this game? Just one final player surviving. There is going to be DRG26, who is trying to move deep inside the circle. He's trying to head towards the circle. He has entered the circle, by the way, but he is trying to secure a compound right at the center, or a surviving spot right at the center, and that is what a solo player usually does. Meanwhile, Avalanche team, they'll be trying to stop Team JDH right on the edge. Circle moves away from them, so they have to wind up this fight as soon as possible. They have just 1 minute. Avalanche Esports now is moving in. Mami, Nobu, who is surviving. Nobu's way behind. He's got the compound. Mami gets knocked out. And look at Nobu's position. Where is he? Where has he climbed up? How did he reach there? How on earth is that possible? How did he climb up those containers? Those water tanks. By the way, that was impressive. But Nobu is spotted. Position is compromised. Avalanche Esports might check out a slamming here. Nobu. Or Avalanche Esports might avoid Nobu and head towards the circuit, because this one elimination is less important, and winner chicken dinner is more important. So they wouldn't compromise with winner chicken dinner an extra 10 points just for this one extra point. So Avalanche Esports, let's diverted their focus towards the circle. It's first one Row who is being targeted. DVL is the final player, and he will get eliminated by Malatoy. Avalanche's Molotoy, that is. Malatoy. Molotoy will finish. DVL and first one Row, we're getting eliminated on 10th position. We are left with 8 teams now, and 24 players. Avalanche Esports tried to spend as much as time as they could out of the circle. And it's surprising to me how Nobu managed to revive his teammate Mami. That is insane. Nobu with an insane save. And both these gentlemen reaches the circle as well. Both these gentlemen reach the circle as well. Uh-oh, Mami gets knocked out. Mami gets welcomed inside the circle. Nobu, now you have to handle the situation, although the back isn't secured. Romania scored. Is stabbing Team JDH in the back. Although they don't have any conviction about the position of players of Team JDH. They're just trying to check out those shots. The Team DE now makes it more worse for Team JDH. And JDH gets eliminated. Nobu will be taken down by Uma. JDH is out on 7th position. Avalanche team. They are slipping down. Just final player Butcher now is alive. So now difficulties rising for Avalanche team as well. At a point they were in a very strong position. Emoji, look at them. 4 players alive. And probably the only team who has all their 4 players alive. So hats off to Team OG. The way they've maintained numbers advantage in the end circle. They can get 4 players alive. And that is what matters in the end circle. Butcher will be finished out. That means Team Avalanche will get eliminated from this game, and we are left with 4 teams and 12 players. OG needs circle advantage. With this kind of number, if circle slips out of their hands, there is a chance to lose the game. And OG is having circle advantage. All the teams, almost all the teams are present inside the circle. Team D is present inside the circle as well. Axe Gaming, Tanjiro, Gagas duel remaining. Oh, Leva heals himself. So, trio surviving for Axe Gaming. I thought they face a casualty, but Leva is still in this game. But Leva now gets knocked out. Now, elimination is inevitable for Axe Gaming. By the way, Tanjiro trying to move without catching anybody's attention. But Boria's intentions are pretty clear. He knows that Axe Gaming is trying to survive right on the edge. It's pretty obvious. But surprisingly, those utilities won't be causing any trouble to Axe Gaming. But Team OG has been eliminated. Team DE doing a fantabulous job. 16 eliminations Team DE has. Dawn will put in the final nail in the coffin. The problem with Boria is he has no utilities now. But circle advantage Team DE has. So I feel like this winner chicken dinner is theirs. Danger Esports. What a way to start. First game, winner chicken dinner, 16 eliminations. It could be 18 elims winner chicken dinner. 18 elims winner chicken dinner for Team Danger Esports, making it 28 points right from the first game of the finals. They're gonna climb up high on the points table. Warrior gets knocked out. So Team DE will have just 2 players alive while they get a winner chicken dinner, and it is all over. Danger Esports with a winner chicken dinner in a convincing fashion. I guess they didn't struggle at all. Danger Esports with 18 eliminations, winner chicken dinner. That makes it 28 points right from the first game. And this is like a dream start for any team. The very first game getting a winner chicken dinner with 18 eliminations. What a play by Danger Esports. But now we'll have to see how much consistently they play in the next game, because whichever team plays well in the first triangle struggles in the very next game. So yeah, upcoming game is going to be tough for them. Let's hope for the best. We'll be taking a short break, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll be right back with match number 2. Till then, like, subscribe. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're heading towards Rondo. A lot of bloodshed is going to happen in the initial stages. Here we go. The flight path initiates from Longo, finishes off towards Ryan. It's favoring Yulin. It's favoring New York's factory. A lot of action will be seen on these two drop locations. Now the recallers have to select a good recall, and it depends on their luck as well, because the first circle will be very much crucial, and the recall tower, which you'll select, should be inside the first circle, so that it's an easy regroup for the team inside the circle. If it's far away from the circle, then rotation becomes a tough job for the teams after finishing the recall phase. Finishing the recall phase and their fights. A lot of teams are heading towards Yulin, and you have to capture the high ground advantage in Yulin if you want to control the area and get more and more eliminations. By the way, the average eliminations which you can get in the recall phase is 6 or 7. The first circle has been initiated, by the way, favoring the northwestern regions of Rondo map. The average amount of eliminations which you can get in the recall phase is 6 or 7. So I guess it becomes more easy for the teams when you drop in the outer skirts of Yulin and then hit towards Yulin, instead of directly dropping in Yulin areas, because it becomes so much chaotic when you directly drop in Yulin. So many fights happening right at the same time. Aggressive will be finished out. T721 Spidey. But he's in the outer skirts maybe. That's a smart move. There was a compound blast in the player of Team XLR8. Maladoy, he's out of this game again. Maladoy gets eliminated early. And that will be Team AL. Team Afterlife will be securing the height advantage here in Yulin, so they can get control over most of the area of Yulin. But still, they're in a fight. They haven't completely secured the higher ground here in Yulin. And Team TS, I guess just one player, Bishke that is. Bishke is dealing fire on his opponents. Bishke just moves back, and now maybe he'll try to focus on the teams that are below him. But he's trying to leave Rondo maybe, because Melaz, he has been cooked. And player number 3, I don't know his name, but he's trying to hit towards the recall tower. So this is not a situation where Team TS has lost their recaller. So one of the players has to compromise and head towards a recall tower. But Bishke is just trying to create a wide angle. Leon gets knocked out. Team Afterlife. They've lost a player just now. Maybe Bishke's position has revealed Stormy is taking precautions. Maybe unintentionally is doing that. But he's trying to save himself from Bishke. That is true. Maybe Stormy has a gut feeling that there is a player right behind him. That is the scenario. XLR Esports. GR Esports is pretty much close to them. By the way, GR is fighting Team Next Esports. And this game is very much crucial for Next Esports because they got eliminated early in the last game. So this recall phase means a lot to them. They have to succeed in this recall phase, although they have few eliminations. That is a decent kind of start. But just one player remaining in the recall phase now, in the fighting zone. So Cavarage has to make most out of this situation. As he's the final player surviving, he just needs to survive. I feel like fighting now can make the situation overwhelming for him. So it would be better that if he waits for the teams to get eliminated. And the lesser the opponents are here in Yulin, the better it is. Bishke, he took down Stormy, but great cover by Windy. He takes down Bishke immediately as soon as Bishke peaked. He will get knocked out. And yes, the lesser the opponents are here in Yulin, the better it is for you to fight. The better that situation is for you to fight. So Cavarage, it completely depends on him. Is he going to choose peace? Or he's going to choose violence? By the way, he's lacking with his HPs and he has bandages, so it's going to take him time to completely regain his HP. And by the way, Accelerate Esports will try to take care of teams that are below them, especially Team GR. Mafia is the final player now surviving in the fighting zone. Mafia is the only man who has contributed in terms of elimination, and he's so much low. He's not gonna stop his M249. And he almost dealt so much damage on his opponent. He almost took down his opponent. That was a very close call. And that was Sings. Was barely surviving in 1 HP. Wow, that was a close call. Sings, he won that fight, but The way Mafia fought back was insane. He just didn't stop his fire. Cabarage now getting active. XLR at Esports with a setup. It's a 1-1 split. Rec maybe will try to stab Cabarage. And Sings maybe will try to bait him. Team OG on the other side. A lot of players have been knocked out. But Viper successfully accesses the recall beacon and he will bring back his players into the game. Yeah, the recall phase is officially now over for Team OG. 5 elimination, that's a good number. Actually, that is a good number. But now there are just 4 or 5 teams remaining in the U lane. It becomes more easy for the players to fight now. Less chances of being third-partied by any other team or being stabbed surprisingly in your back. And these situations bring the best out of you, I feel like. The lesser the teams are, the more chances you have of winning fights. SNR Esports, they've been performing really well. 4 eliminations. But the most important part is, 3 of the players are still alive. They still have recalls. One Piece is knocked out. It's a whole other story. And is One Piece their recaller? No. He's along with his teammates, so One Piece will get that revival. By the way, Team Romania squad, step by step, they're trying to move in closer. And One Piece, by that time, he will be getting revival. But yeah, I love the way SNR Esports has maintained numbers advantage. Even Romania squad as well. Romania squad, maybe they didn't drop here in Yulin. They dropped in the outer skirts and then they entered Yulin because they have just 1 elimination. So it's pretty obvious that Romania squad didn't fight as much as SNR did. They weren't here since the very beginning. And this is the problem. When there are more amount of teams, the probabilities of you being attacked from the back are more. Eventually Utah that is, he was the final player remaining. He tried his very best. He knocked out a player, but Utah, it won't be enough for him. He will be overwhelmed and he's out. SNR Esports controls the situation. Although they are 1 elimination short. But they have 7 now. Alright, they'll be getting all 3 of them. So they stole a frag of Team Afterlife. Just 1 player remaining of Team Afterlife, by the way, here. That will be Misha. And SNR Esports might try to go after Misha, might try to go after Rec of Team XLR Esports. Second circle has been initiated. Circle will move for an eastern shift. Since we are moving towards the northwest part of Rondo map, there's a river right at the center of the circle. So it's going to create a lot of confusion in the minds of players. Whether they should stay in the north or they should stay in the south. LMT Esports very smartly trying to access the center recall of the circle. And the problem is TNT is holding in that compound. Break with a surprise. One Piece gets knocked out, and this would be devastating for SNR Esports if TNT gets spotted and taken down by Team LMT. And SNR Esports, if they're in a situation of losing their players, that is going to be nasty for them because they'll be getting no recall. But TNT surprises Team LMT. 666. Immediately he'll be flushed out. So much unlucky he will be. And if he has no recall, then it's game over. This will be a permanent casualty for Team LMT Esports. TNT getting ready for a clutch. Gets another one. Waiko Brent this time. Oh no. TNT will be humbled. SNR Esports with their first casualty. But I hope they gain control over the recall tower of Yulin and they bring back their teammate into the game. But the problem here is they haven't just lost their teammate, but they have lost a good position inside the circle. Now they have to start it all over again. They have to rotate towards the circle now. They have to travel a wild distance, 1700 meters. It would have been an easy regroup for them if LMT Esports hadn't shown up. All they would have done is just maybe they would have wildly gone into fights. And TNT would have recalled them. Imagine getting a recall right at the center of the circle. You don't have to even do anything. You don't even have to rotate. That would have been a great gift for Team SNR. But all that has been ruined. And TNT is not at fault, definitely. SNR Esports must be blaming their luck. Rec will be taken down. Performed really well. Accelerate Esports will be getting few extra eliminations. Now they have 5. And they have to search for a record beacon. Although there are so many teams in the southwest and it is probably a fatal 4-way fight. Team Italy, who had an average last game, but they're not known for having average games. This is a high potential team. Although record phase wasn't that great for them, but Slow and Steady wins the race. That's the kind of strategy we mostly see by Team Italy. They don't run behind eliminations. They maintain the pace. And with a good temperament, they secure placement points and elimination points together, and that's how they win the race on the points table. What about Team ZL? Well, I haven't seen much of action by Team ZL. And this is complete opposite strategy as compared to the last game by Team ZL. I mean, last game, they went absolutely nuts in the initial stages. I mean, they were just going after each and every team they were seeing. And here, in the recall phase, there's 2 eliminations. That is quite surprising. I thought Team ZL would just go guns blazing in the recall phase of Ronzo. But they are controlling themselves too much. They are holding themselves back too much. And this shouldn't bring their potential down. That is what is scaring me. Because sometimes your natural game is playing aggressive, and when you hold down yourself from playing your natural game, it might affect your potential, it might affect your performance. That shouldn't happen with Team ZL. By the way, third circle has been initiated and it's a centralized shift. LMT Esports has secured a brilliant compound inside the circle, and the circle will keep on favoring them, but 666 will be brought back into the game. So LMT Esports will be lucky that 666 had a recall, and probably 666 was the recaller of Team LMT, so they'll be lucky in that case. LMT Esports now with 4 players having a marvelous position inside the circle, but maybe they'll compromise in terms of eliminations as they're not moving much and teams are not directly going to go towards them. Teams are going to stay on the edge. So LMT Esports, they'll be deprived of fights, eliminations, but focus on the best part. You can get a winner chicken dinner with this positions. So with this position, so extra 10 points you'll be getting. So they should focus on that, converting this game into a winner chicken dinner. Team EV again disappointing. Twix Bryce dual surviving. Now Team ZL will be showing up, and not a good team to pick a fight against with just 2 players. Team ZL, they're ready for fights now, I feel like. They're hungry for finishes. Till now they've held themselves too much down, but now it's time for Team ZL to explode and show up what they are made of. Even T721, even they couldn't dominate much in the recall phase. Just 1 elimination they have. Afterlife, they performed really well. Afterlife has performed well. 6 finishes for them. 4th circle has just initiated, and circle moves for a southeastern shift. So I was talking about the position of Team LMT. Maybe I cursed them by speaking too much about them. And LMT is now out of the circle, so they have to move quickly. They have to execute this crucial rotation quickly before catching the attention of other teams. Black is out with a great spray, great control. And it's time to close in now. 2 players have been knocked out of Team Italy. But the job is being done, the revival is being provided. And what's Butcher doing there? Maybe he's the final player of Team Avalanche Esports. Team Avalanche performed well in the last game, but they won't be showing consistency in this one. Although Butcher, he has the special backpack, so he's not being bothered by the blue zone. But how much more longer can he stay inside the blue? The backpack, when it will lose its ability, he will be exposed surely. Team OG as well, losing players. Now they're down to just 2. And still they're executing rotation, so still potential threat for Team OG to face casualties. First win row, they're known for bouncing back. They're known to make a comeback. Oh, T721 inside waters. Seems like they're paralyzed. Spidey gets knocked out as well. Fubuki gets 2 knocks. Will he be able to get the confirmation as well? Because there's a threat. SNR might steal those frags. That shouldn't happen. Fubuki with a great tracing. Oh my goodness. DRT26 gets knocked out. Red dot was enough for such a long range. Those frags have been stolen maybe? No. T721, they are eliminated from this game. Don't Cry finishes the last player, Cresser. T721 is out on 16th position. Yeah. It's a way too early elimination. Not expected from T721, but let's hope for the best. Still, they have 3 chances. 3 games left. Universe, that's too much early to put your vehicles inside the waters, but since he's the last player surviving, there's no other option left. Lotus joins the party. Even XLR Esports Simic shows up. The players watching each other, putting the vehicles into the water. By the way, XLR Esports have 3 of the players alive, so I don't understand why Simic is going for defensive strategy. And if he tries to get out of waters, he's gonna get stabbed by the crocodiles which are right next to him. First one row gets a good position inside the circle. This is stage 5. Circle moves for a sudden shift. Wagner Zada gets eliminated. Team Italy down to 2. They lose their star player to Team TS. But even Team TS is a high potential team. Last game we couldn't see much of a performance from their side, but we can expect a good performance from Team TS in this game. 8 eliminations, by the way. And keeping all their 4 players alive. This is the absolute treasure. Keeping all your 4 players alive in stage 5. They can perform multitasking. Rotations will be comparatively easy for Team TS. Numbers advantage makes it easy in Rondo, because usually Rondo is very much chaotic. You need most of your players to live in the end stages of the game. And Team TS has that. But now they are involving themselves in a fight. That's against Team Italy, and the retaliation is coming in. And one of the players have been eliminated, so Team TS, first casualty for them. They're down to 3 players. And the back hasn't been cleared out yet. Team Italy, if they get that ridge, then it's going to be problematic for Team TS. But maybe before that, Team Italy will get eliminated because this blue zone is going to eat them up. It's already draining out their HPs. So with 9 eliminations, is Team Italy going to get eliminated on 11th position? EV Bryce is out. So Team EV gets eliminated. Team Italy gets eliminated on 9th position with just 9 eliminations. And Team TS eliminates them. So Team TS with a great retaliation as well. They just get 1 elimination. They'll just get 1 elimination. 1 extra. Maybe one of the players of Team Italy got eliminated because of the blue zone. Team ZL, they're out on 8th position. So we have a top 7 teams now. Aero 404 cautiously makes it to the top 7. And now it's time to show up. Aero 404 show begins from here. This team controls the end circle really well. And I'll just wait and watch how Team Aero 404 gradually climbs up. Gets all the eliminations. They have 6 now, but they can easily turn it into 12 or 13. Just keep an eye. First one row won't let White friend move. That is for sure. Retrox gets knocked out. 666. They use a nasty blow. Retrox on his knees. First one row. They got more conviction now. And they surely know where the players are. Those utilities, those grenades must make connections. Although Lulu has a great angle, giving him a lot of view on Team LMT. That's a great racing by Lulu, and wow, look at the HP of players. But straight away, Team LMT will be meeting Team TS. Dadley gets knocked out too. Vicro Brent, final player surviving, and Team LMT about to get eliminated. And eventually, it became easy for Team TS to tackle Team LMT. The credit goes to first one row. White Row Pren gets eliminated too. Team LMT, they're out. They're eliminated on 5th position. 4 teams, 7 players. The whole credit goes to first one row. Lulu, after that nasty spray he dealt. Team TS, it was so much easy for them to eliminate Team LMT Esports. By the way, Accelerate Esports, they survive and they make it to the top 4. They've been out of action. Sinks, just under that rock, keeps on surviving. Maybe Team TS has no clue about his position. So Sinks can ruin the game of Team TS by attacking them and giving them a casualty. And the players now carefully read the finish feed, especially in such a crucial stage. So if they see one of the players of Team TS getting knocked out, they will push. That will be problematic for Team TS, especially Melaz right now at this point, since he's trying to create a wide angle on a first one row. And Team Aero 404. Although he has low ground disadvantage, but his angle is crucial. And maybe we'll have to wait for the next circle to begin. Formation of the next circle will push the players hard. Melaz gets knocked out. This is what I was talking about. Sings ruining it for Team TS. They were not ready for this. Maybe he spared Melaz. But that grenade won't deal any damage on Sings. He's still alive. He's still in a healthy position. But now that grenade give him a lot of damage. And this time he will be cooked. Bishke puts down Sings. Accelerate is out. They're eliminated on 8th position. On 4th position, I'm sorry. They're eliminated on 4th position. And we're left with 3 teams, 5 players. Although TS now more weaker, as one of the players is knocked out. Retrox. He just has to knock down Leon, but he's keeping his attention, his eyes on Banks. And Retrox, maybe he'll go for a heal battle. Banks is underwater. Makes it to the safe land. Retrox is going for the heal battle. This is so much intense. Banks is gradually now trying to move ahead. And he can hear those footsteps coming in from Team TS. Leon! Oh, what did Banks do? But Leon now gets knocked out. And now it will be a 1v1 against Bishke. Banks is so much low, but he has to win this 1v1 at any cost. Bishke switches on to the S-Work and he connects. He saves his team from this humiliation. It is all over. TS wins. 14 eliminations and a winner chicken dinner. What a game. Great job by Team TS. And I called it way too early. That Team TS, with the kind of numbers advantage they've maintained, there's a high probability that they might win this game. This is luxury. Having all your players alive in the end circle. This is luxury. And Team TS had that at the beginning. And they won this game. Aero 404 with hashtag 2 with 6 elimination. I don't know why Banks stopped his spray after dealing so much damage on Leon. He could have knocked out Leon. And he could have saved himself from the blue zone as well. He stayed in the blue zone for a very long time, even though he could have escaped. Even when he could have escaped, but he stayed in the blue zone for an extra second, which took down more of his HP. And that's how he lost that 1v1. It's time to take a short break and we'll be right back with match number 3. Till then, stay tuned. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for match number 3. Here we go. It's Miramar time. Flight path initiates from the east of Thorium that finishes off towards the south of Los Leones, favoring the eastern regions of Miramar map. It's even difficult to head towards the central regions of Miramar map. San Martin is quite far away from the flight path, so it's going to be a long glide for teams. Heading towards the west is going to be a dream which cannot be accomplished. But if you have vehicles, you can easily head towards the west. You can access the western regions drop locations. But the question is, first circle. Which regions will be favored by the first circle is the question. Where it will really form? Will it be associated with the flight path? That is also a question. If it is not associated with the flight path, then a lot of teams are gonna engage in early fights while rotating towards the circle, because obviously every team wants to get inside the circle. The circle is not associated with the flight path, because that gives you a very good opportunity to grab a good position inside the circle, and that is the reason why teams rotate a bit early. By the way, Team Afterlife is going to fight with Team Italy. First circle has just initiated favoring the northern regions of Miramar map. What a treatment! Right at the center of the circle. GRX versus Team OG. XLR8 versus Team Danger Esports. Danger Esports got a winner chicken in the very first game, but after that they couldn't show consistency and they failed miserably in Rondo. So this is the game. This Miramar game is important for Danger Esports to keep up their position on the points table. Team Italy, by the way, they're against Team Afterlife, with the teams keeping up the distance, looting their own areas. But this fight is surely going to happen. There's no second question in that. This fight is surely going to initiate. I'm waiting for Team ZL to rise back. Well, they're heading to Espartona. They'll have to travel a wild distance to enter the circle. They're far away from the circle right now. So maybe an early rotation will be preferred by Team ZL. Avalanche Esports in Picado against Team Aero 404. Butcher with that Adventurand. The intentions were great, and execution this time will be much more greater. Banks gets knocked out. Aero 404, they got #2 in the last game here. They're losing their players in the early stages. Feel like Aero 404 is getting eliminated early, and whichever team plays well in Rondo gets eliminated early in the very next game. Whichever team plays well in Narangal gets eliminated early in the very next game. That happened with Team Danger Esports. It's going to happen with Team Aero 404 as well. I have that weird feeling. By the way, Razvan, you know, underestimate this player. He takes down Molotov. Avalanche Esports. He'll buy enough time for himself to heal. Claudio finishes Molotov very smartly. Razvan. Claudio moving up the stairs. Claudio gets knocked out. The Razvan saves his teammate by knocking down RBT. Final 1v1, and Razvan delivers. 1v4, Aero 404 Razvan engulfs the entire lineup of Avalanche Esports. I was talking about Aero 404 getting eliminated early, but Razvan proves me wrong. Hats off to him. What a clutch that was. A clean sweep. Brilliant. Team OG. They are into a fight. GR in front of them. Fight coming in from Truck Stop. And Truck Stop is a really weird place to fight. I don't find it comfortable at all to fight in Truck Stop. I don't know how these players manage. Because you don't get much area to loot here in Truck Stop. I feel like this drop location is not big enough for 4 players to execute loot. And if you're sharing this drop location with your opponents, then it becomes more difficult for you to loot. And especially so much open areas here. So there are so much probabilities that you can get caught in open. GR Esports losing Kashi. They're down to 3 players, but both the teams are taking their time. Nobody is in a hurry. A gentleman with that flying Kango. So if any player of Team OG tries to get out of their properties, maybe gentleman will do his job of knocking down his opponents. But he doesn't have a good weapon. I mean, Uzi in a mid-range fight is not that kind of a weapon you would want. AR would have been better. Any kind of AR would have been better. Anything would have been better than Uzi. Romania squad is out of this game too. Romania squad getting eliminated early. And they are having a really hard time in this lobby. Romania squad is not able to deliver. And these are some rare visuals. Romania squad is a good team. And if a team like Romania squad is failing, then imagine how intense this lobby is. Team Italy will be losing Ninja, and change in the team by Team Italy. Ninja will be showing up in this game. He was benched till now, maybe, and Ninja shows up in this Miramar game. Maybe he's a Miramar specialist, but he'll be getting eliminated early. And Team Afterlife with a great setup now. They're gonna attack Team Italy from three different angles. Team Italy is getting suppressed in a very small area. Execution isn't that great from Team Italy. And especially the area which they chose to loot in Cruz del Valle wasn't that great. Most of the times, whichever team has the higher ground advantage in Cruz del Valle ends up winning the fight. So here as well, Team Afterlife, they had height advantage. Team Italy, they were in the west of Cruz del Valle and they're about to lose this fight. Well, the kind of situation has formed, I feel like Team Italy might lose this fight. And I've seen this most of the times. Whichever team is in the east of Cruz del Valle, they end up winning fights. Sings, 1v1. That was a bad jump shot. Not needed at all. Gimmick final player surviving. Danger Esports is going to capture him too. It's just a matter of time. Evil gets that revival. And Danger Esports knows where the final player is of Team XLR8. XLR8 performed well in the last game too. Just by survival, they secured #4. And look, now they are going to get eliminated early. So my prediction will still be right. Whichever team played well in Rondo, they are going to get eliminated early. By the way, Team Italy with retaliation, Stormy gets knocked out. So Team Italy is going to make it difficult for their opponents to eliminate them. It's not going to be an easy event at all for Team Afterlife. Wagner is out now. The star player of Team Italy, the most trusted player of Team Italy. The RT26 gets knocked out. Killer is the final player surviving. He's miles away from his teammate. But if you look at the situation optimistically, Italy Killer can run to his safe areas and he can survive and he can try to get placement points for his team just to keep the competition alive for Team Italy. Because if Team Italy manages to get average points from this game, 6 or 7 placement points from this game, or total 6 or 7 points from this game, then still the competition is alive. They can try to make a comeback. But when they spots Killer and Team Italy gets eliminated on 18th position, Axe Gaming gets eliminated as well, I guess. Team Axe Gaming, they're out of this game. Yep, they'll be getting eliminated on 16th position. Sad news that is for Axe Gaming. Sad news that is for Team Italy. LMT versus JDH. Don't cry. Puts down 666. Microprint immediately regrets. Yeah, as soon as Microprint took a hold, immediately those shots started coming in. He has to get out of this area. He's being chased. And Microprint, that was a bad decision of switching on to an S12K. Nobu puts him to sleep. Nobu, great tracing on the vehicle. VSM is low. And now Nobu can surely use that S12K for close range fights. Brilliant cover was being provided from the back end areas. JDH Nobu wasn't alone in this fight. Takes down Fearsome, and that's the end. LMT Esports gets eliminated on 14th position. Second circle has just initiated, by the way. It's an Eastern shift by the circle. Fight is still on and truck stop. Wow. Team ZL with the early rotation. They were in Partona, and would you believe that? The team farthest from the circle rotates early and grabs the center of the circle in stage 2. That is incredible. What a rotation that is by Team ZL. But if they right now head towards the center of the circle, to get a good position as well, maybe they will compromise in terms of eliminations. They won't be participating in fights, but rather they'll just keep on surviving right at the center. So that will keep them away from fights and eliminations, which they hate maybe. Dorado will be finished out. Gentleman with a 1v3. Team OG gets eliminated. On 13th position, Team GR wins this truck stop clash. Even after losing a player early, Team GR bounces back and eliminates their opponent. and they just faced an extra casualty. So they lost just one extra player in this fight. Great win for Team GR. 12 teams, 44 players are now alive. Team GR can now move towards the circle. Well, they started fighting early, so then they didn't have much time to loot. Maybe they'll first loot and then they'll start moving. But Team JDH, they're moving quite closely. And if they know about Team GR, then they shouldn't hesitate to start this fight. Because it's a 4v2 fight, obviously. It's like a cherry on top moment for Team JDH. This could be bonus frags for them. 4v2 fight. Already JDH Esports has started off so well. 4 eliminations, they can get 2 more before entering the second circle. But maybe a good position inside the circle is their priority. But somewhere, I guess, JDH Esports, they know about the presence of Team GR inside truck stop. The way Nobu is rotating around truck stop, I guess he's trying to scout truck stop. He's trying to analyze, he's trying to find out the presence of players in truck stop. He won't push himself very much hard. And Nobu immediately diverts his rotation towards the circle. Team JDH will keep on following him. GR, when they've started their rotation. NXT Esports, Next Esports at the center. CL in the southwest of water treatment. Even Team Afterlife has a great position inside the circle. The most important part is they didn't face any casualty in their first fight, their drop clash against Team Italy. And that's a great accomplishment for Team Afterlife. Eliminating a team like Team Italy without facing any casualty, without losing players, it's a big deal. Team Afterlife executed everything so well. And I feel like the dropping location which was chosen by Team Italy brought them down in Cruz del Valle. They should have chosen the east, but they headed towards the west of Cruz del Valle, and they ended up getting eliminated. T721, we are expecting a lot from them in this game, although they've been quiet till now, but they'll be meeting Team JDH, even Team GR, so maybe T721 will need to fight 2 teams at the same time, and this is a problem. Because T721 is struggling in a head-to-head fight, and now this Miramar game, which is kind of a must-win game for them. Fighting 2 teams at the same time is gonna create a lot of difficulties for them. Nobu, my goodness! Lands well. Lands those shots right on the head. He was not at all in control, by the way. He jumped out of a moving vehicle. The crosser placement was even much more better. T721 spading fast now. They are messing up. Horn gets knocked out. Team JDH is getting the revival. T721 will be facing 2 casualties. Spidey and Koji immediately regrets their decision and they retreat towards the safe areas. And again, Team 721 fails to play as per the expectations. And they straight away move towards the center of the circle, and this is a bad move because any team now might check out a slamming on that compound. As you're surviving with 2 players, you need to secure a place which is quite underrated, where a 4-player strong team might not choose to slam in. That kind of a place you should secure to hold inside the circle. And T721, they'll be heading towards the center of the circle. This is, a very bold move. And that is risky. At any moment, Slamming could go on the compound. The kind of luck they're having, the kind of momentum they have, I don't feel like they'll be able to win a 2v4 fight. Team EV, they have to defend their compound. Zeal, keeping their eyes on Team EV. Ice unnecessarily running out and open. He's low. He's not even healing himself. He'll just keep on running out and open. Zeal desperately trying to create those openings as they are out of the circle, and they have to make it into the circle, and that is a brilliant compound. That is a really good compound. Team Zeal, if they get that compound, I mean, they can be pretty much relaxed because that compound will be favored by the upcoming shift of the circle as well. I mean, there are higher chances. I'm not predicting anything, but there are higher chances that compound will be favored by the upcoming shift of the circle too. And that will be a great investment for Team ZL if they get that compound. But they didn't create any opening. Oh, wow. Circle moves for a southern shift, maybe. Eastern shift, southeastern shift by the circle, so that compound is not present inside the circle. But Team ZL now needs eliminations. And this is the moment where they start fighting. Bobby will be a bit lucky this time. Team E won't mess up with Team ZL. They don't have much time. They have to start moving. And that leaves a clear pathway for Team ZL to move as well. And Team ZL should be grateful now. They should start moving. Clear pathway for them. Their opponents have already started moving. Danger East, by the way, will get their hand with Team A. Twix will be immediately flushed out. Danger Esports gets their 5th elimination. And unexpectedly, Team TV invades the compound of Team Danger Esports. They weren't ready for this. Not everybody moves early, Team EV. Team Danger Esports took their time. Unlike Team EV, moved in too much early. But Evil! Alright, his teammate Boria takes on another player of Team EV. Evil, along with his teammate Boria, will now attack Team Afterlife. This is going to be a great fight. Although one of the players of Afterlife has been already knocked out. A great way to start that tracing Evil. Tries again, but this time makes no connection. Wow, the first spray. First bullet started making connections. Started making connections right from the first bullet. As soon as he opened his spray, he found blood. Afterlife Esports invades the compound of Team EV. Are both those teams present inside the circle? By the way, Price welcomes Team Afterlife with that Molotov storm. He gets knocked out, and there is no teammate around him, so he is going to get cooked maybe. Look at the position of Bobby. Nafredo will knock down his opponent maybe? No. He could just deal damage. Nafredo gets a good damage for himself. Stormy is bleeding out. Stormy won't be saved. Both those grenades go in vain. Now Afterlife Esports, they're running out of utilities as well. They have to figure out. Now Blue Zone is going to force them to initiate the fight. Now Team Afterlife, they're out of the circle. Circle moves for a western shift. 1 minute and 30 seconds they have. The best thing would be, if you don't want to initiate this fight, just grab our vehicles and head towards the safe areas. That would be the best decision. But if you want to fight, initiate that fight right now. Next Esports right at the center will get eliminated by Danger Esports. That is insane. And Danger Esports is marching towards a winner in our game. Dawn spams that mini 14. He's trying to third party first control. Fubuki. He won't be affected by those mini 14 tap shots. He does his job well. He won't be overwhelmed. Team ZL is down to 1 player. So much passiveness is being shown by Team ZL, and that is unnecessary, I believe. They should just play their natural game. What they did in Erangel, they should repeat that. That will only guide them to #1. I don't think this kind of play is going to help them out, or it's going to give them profit, or it's going to benefit them. Danger Esports, they're trying to move in. Just one last player surviving for Team First One Roll. That is okay. Immediately regrets. Retrox. Only able to knock down Dawn. And this time Dawn does a great job. Retrox is out. First One Roll gets eliminated. And that was Uma who will be taking down Retrox. So fine. 13th elimination coming in for Danger Esports. They mauled this lobby. Danger Esports, they're in the north of the circle. The best thing is that they're still present inside the circle. Most of the teams are out. T721, they're still at the center and safe at the center. Morzino is exposed. It's just a matter of time. And Morzino will be saying, that's it. Team ZL gets eliminated on 9th position. They'll be getting eliminated empty-handed. Did they secure any elimination? Did Team ZL secure any elimination? That is the question. No elimination they'll be securing. Oh no, that is a humiliation. Pure humiliation. Getting eliminated on hashtag 9 without any elimination. Oh no, that is bad. Team ZL has to figure out what they actually want. They're in a wide open area, and I feel like Team JDH is going to eliminate them. 721. They'll be getting their eyes on Team Alpha. Even Aero 404 manages to keep 3 of the players alive. Bangs is out of this game. Well, Aero 404 lost Bangs in the very first fight at Picado, so they came a very long way. But look at Danger Esports now, 17 elimination, and this game is surely gonna make their position more promising on points table. They've got significant amount of eliminations, and now I think no team is even closer. Probably Danger Esports is finishing out competition on points table, but 2 of the players have been knocked out. 18th elimination comes in, but at what cost? And Danger Esports needs to get a bit of an winner. Then only these 18 eliminations are going to make sense. Just like the first game, as they got 28 points from the very first game, they'd like to get 32 points from this one. And I believe the competition will get over if Danger Esports manages to get a winner chicken dinner. If they manage to get 30 points out of this game, the competition is probably over then. Danger Esports is winning this final. No matter what you do, you won't be able to defeat Team Danger Esports, or you won't be able to overtake them on points table. 5 teams, 10 players, all the teams have 2 of the players alive. Such a coincidence that is. Uma gets knocked down. Like Danger Esports, they're trying too much to get more and more eliminations. They're not trying to slow down the pace of the game. By the way, Don't Cry will be taken care by Borea. Will be taken care of by Borea, and JDH is down to 1 player. And the good thing is, Danger Esports won't be losing an extra player. They have 2 of the players alive. But T721 wins that close range fight against Aero 404. Aero 404 gets eliminated on 5th position in this game as well. Aero 404 consistently making it to the top 5. But there comes in the slamming by Danger Esports. They're going to be able to stop Danger Esports. He doesn't have much ammo in his JS9. He has to reload it. And he will be stabbed in his back. Uma does a great job. T721 gets eliminated on 4th position. 22 eliminations. Danger Esports is on a whole another league. GNN loses a player. It was Birmalda. Mami had an underrated position held. That was surprising for GNN. And now final player surviving. It's a 4v1v1. And team TNN is going to get eliminated because of the blue zone. Nav doesn't want to give his elimination to his opponents. That is pretty much clear here. Mami gets taken down by Borea. That will be 23rd elimination coming in for Danger Esports. And Borea with this grenade might take down Nav as well. No, that grenade won't deal damage on Nav. Will Danger Esports be able to get the 24th elimination? I don't think so. But Nav keeps on healing. And Danger Esports has no conviction at this point. They don't know about Nav's position. They didn't have exact, maybe, information about Nav's position. But 33 points out of this game. It is all over. Danger Esports smashes this lobby. 23 finishes and a winner chicken dinner. You gotta be kidding me. Danger Esports did the lobby dirty. 5 elims for TNN and a hashtag 2. The credit goes to Nav for that survival and heal battle as well. That heal battle surely made the difference. Or else TNN could have got hashtag 3 in this game, but it's absolutely fine. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back with match number 4. Till then, like, subscribe. Check, check. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for match number 4. Here we go. Flight path initiates from the west of Stalber, finishes off towards Sosnoka military base. Flight path favoring the central regions of Erangel map. A decent flight path, by the way. It's difficult to head towards the west and the east, but it's absolutely fine. But I guess this Erangel is going to be very much violent because there are a lot of teams who are not in contention, and those teams are going to go absolutely nuts because they have a lot to win and very much less to lose. So in that case, you're absolutely fearless. So you'd want to fight more. And that is what Team First One Row is doing. They're heading towards Yasna Poliana. They'll be fighting Team TNN and Team Romania squad there. A triple threat fight coming in from 7A. SNR Esports, they've headed towards 7A. Even Team Afterlife, even Team Axe Esports has headed to a 70. We have started off with a total amount of 20 teams and 79 players. So drop clash is a pretty obvious thing. Team Italy, as usual, heading towards the west of Sosnoka military base. Team GR dropping in Pachinki and the outer skirts of Pachinki. Team SNR, by the way, starting off ugly, as they'll be losing One Piece. One Piece is out of this game, or he's just knocked out. Well, Team SNR starting off well because they'll be getting the first elimination and One Piece will be getting the revival too. So I guess that is Team Axe Esports who has lost a player. Yes, Axe Esports is down to 3. But just like Team GR, can they make a comeback? Can they bounce back from this situation? You never know. Accelerate Esports on the other side. They're into a fight too. What? A1 gets knocked out by a bolt action sniper rifle. That was M24 used right there. That was crazy, and after a very long time I've seen players using bolt action sniper rifle. That must have been such a wholesome. That was 10313 of Team SNR who connected that M24, and he's so much lucky. He found a bolt action sniper rifle, and along with that he even found a 8-time scope. Would you believe that? And 2 of the players of Team Axe Gaming have been knocked out. So SNR has to close in. Just 1 player is alive. 10313. He just has to buy time. So 1v1. And he's already low, but he connects in the smoke. 10313 becomes a smoke criminal. Oh, that was TNT who will be taking down the final player. Elimination for Team Max Gaming. They'll be getting eliminated on 20th position. SNR East was getting ready for another fight. Afterlife Esports was just watching the show. Yeah, Afterlife was just watching the show from a distance. But now SNR Esports is taking the initiative. And obviously SNR Esports hasn't done anything in the first 3 games. So obviously they're going to go nuts in this Eranga game. They're going to go absolutely crazy and aggressive. Fubuki loses the battle. Romania squad wins the fight. Yuto, Laura will get the revival, but TNN Esports wouldn't let that happen maybe. But it will be better if TNN Esports let the revival get executed, because it will just give them extra elimination. But it should not go against them. If you look at the situation positively, and the TNN Esports might get extra elimination, but I'm afraid that Romania squad might turn down this fight, this 2v4 fight, into their favor. That should not happen. That will be a humiliation. TNN, casually now they're climbing up the stairs. They're taking the initiative. Laurie, by the way, is giving all the information to his teammates, but information is not going to work out. Information is not going to make it work out. Romania scored with a great setup. Oh, the grenade was almost right on the target. Romania squad could have got the first opening. Missed just by the barest of margin. Another one. This time it was a stun maybe. There's a smoke grenade coming in from Team TNN. Kerosene. He opens up the fire and he misses. And now it's more obvious for Team TNN. Kerosene could have reloaded his M249. He's gonna regret later. Utah gets taken down. Kerosene will be eliminated too. Romania squad is out. 2 eliminations for Team TNN. So it will be in their favor, letting the revival happen. So they get an extra elimination point. JDH versus TS. TS got a winner chicken dinner in Rondo. And last game, TS failed miserably. In this game as well, TS is about to fail miserably. They're about to get eliminated. It's a 1v3 fight. But you never know. Bishkay, what if he executes a 1v3? Anything is possible, but at this point, it seems a bit unreal. Bishkay gets Nobu. And now his position is compromised. And now it's a 1v2 left, so it becomes more practical now. Bishkay executing a 1v2. It becomes more possible. Korn has to revive his teammate. Bishkay has a chance to take down Korn, but Bishkay will be eliminated by Mami. Tracing down Bishkay. That's how Team TS gets eliminated on 15th position. Early elimination for the team who secured a winner chicken dinner. A good amount of eliminations in Rondo. This will be their second consecutive early elimination. Bring them down on points table. Danger Esports will keep up the lead. And in just 2 games, they'll be hitting half century. Danger Esports. Just 2 games. In the last game, they had 33 points. In the first game, I guess they had 28 points. So total it becomes 51. Wow. 51 or 61 that becomes, I guess. Yeah, that becomes 61. Hell of a lead they have. Even if they fail miserably in this game, even if they don't secure a single point in this game, they are still having #1 with them. But then they'll have to be completely dependent on that last rondo, and if they fail in the last rondo, then maybe they might get overtaken on the points table, and that is something they wouldn't want. But Danger Esports, sincerely, just heading towards the center of the circle, heading towards ruins, and now they don't have to move much. They can just stay at the center and relax. And all the other teams, meanwhile, they'll keep on fighting. So making it to the top 10, making it to the top 7 will be comparatively easy for Danger Esports. LMT won that fight, but still they'll get eliminated because of the third party. Team EV did right on time. Dudley gets eliminated. LMT is out on 13th position. We are left with just 40 players in stage 2. Team EV becomes a villain, by the way, for Team LMT. And now LMT has just one chance to show up. That will be the Rondo game. They have to go crazy in Rondo. Lotus, in a 1v3 scenario, look at Barboss, his position. Does he have a vehicle? Oh, Lotus, by mistake, he jumped. I'm sure that it was a mistake, because I've done this. I've myself done this. Lotus gets cooked. Next Esports down to 3. GMM disengaging. Maybe the position they got in Miramar gives them some hopes that they are in contention. So TMM Esports wants to play in a disciplined manner in this Erangel game. They have decent eliminations. They don't want to push fights, because fighting obviously increases the chance of you getting eliminated. So TMM will just retreat to the safe areas. But all the teams are playing aggressively. It's comparatively easy for Team TMM to get the placement points. They just have to sit in a corner and survive, and eventually they'll get the placement points. Eventually they'll get into the top 8. It's not that difficult. So maybe that is what they want to do. First they'll make it to the top 8, and then they'll start getting eliminations for them. That's what the strategy is for Team TMM. And it all makes sense. I feel like it all makes sense. Is if they play well in this Erangel game, if they at least get 15 to 20 points in this Erangel game, then maybe they can at least get #2 for them. Because catching #1, to be honest, is way difficult right now. It seems impossible. It seems impossible. And if Danger Esports performs well in this Erangel game, then the competition is officially over. that even if Danger Esports doesn't play the last game, they are winning. They are winning. So if TNN Esports they want to become the champions, then you have to go for eliminations in this Erangel game and the Rondo game as well. But if you just want to get hashtag 2, if you're competing for hashtag 2, then the strategy they are using right now actually makes sense. The next Esports rotates and heads to his team Afterlife. Next Esports is interested in this fight. Windy with a flank angle. Precautions are being taken by Team Afterlife. And next Esports has to find a different breach. By the way, Razor will be punished. There was a punitive spray coming in from Team Afterlife. Next Esports disengages, backs off. And what will they get by playing passive is my question. Instead of this, I mean, they should have fought Team Afterlife. They're heading towards the north of the circle, but there is no team right now. The next Esports in a corner, they will just keep on surviving. But as we all know that next Esports didn't perform in a single game till now, so just survivor is not gonna bring them ecstasy. They have to swim against the tide. Because at this point, it's like, even if you get a winner chicken dinner with less eliminations, it won't feed your hunger. You're still way behind on points table, so that kind of win doesn't make any kind of sense. The emojis, they're squaring up on T721, as T721 made it to the top 5 in the last game, so they are playing in a disciplined way. All the teams who made it to the top 5 in the last game are playing in a disciplined way, as this is a 5-match tournament, not a 4-match tournament. If this was a 4-match tournament, then obviously all teams would have gone nuts by this time. But we are left with Rondo, and Rondo is the map of comeback. Anything can happen. So you just have to believe in yourself, and you cannot mess up this Erangel. By the way, we are about to witness the second shift of the circle. It's going to be stage 3. And it goes for a sudden shift. The emojis now has a really good position inside the circle. Uh-oh, Dorado gets knocked out. There was T721, Aggressor. Aggressively moves in closer. Finds connections with that grenade. Viper is low. Aggressor has no clue about that. Danger Esports might give their touch on this fight. And eventually they would make things easy for T721. If they third party and knock any of the players of Team OG, obviously it will save the efforts of T721. Evil knocks down Viper, but T721 has no clue about that. Dorado, he will be finished out, so a frag has been stolen. T721 worked for it, but instead Danger Esports will steal that frag. And Team OGs, despite of having such a great position inside the circle, they are being overwhelmed here. And these bunkers are not that safe. Actually, it's a wide open area. And, I mean, you can survive here, but it's not that easy to survive because those shots keep on coming in. And if you have vehicles here, then obviously your vehicles... Yeah, if you have vehicles, then your vehicles are surely going to be damaged. But the emojis somehow, they make the situation manageable for them. Danger Esports, they keep on looking for players, but they don't find any pixels. But the game space has slowed down. The pace of the game has slowed down a lot. Even Aero 404, 2 games have been great for them. The Rondo, the Miramar. But they're not playing with all their players in this game. They're playing with just 3 players. That's what brings them down. Having 4 players is a luxury, as we all know how much important it is to have them this advantage since XLR Esports doesn't have that. Since Aero 404 doesn't have that. They'll have to hold their temper. XLR at Esports, meanwhile, they straight away went for the slam and right at the center of the circle on Team OGs without even giving it a second thought. Sharp takes Simic down. Sinks moved in. Knocked out a player, but the third party with danger Esports makes it worse for XLR8. XLR8 gets eliminated. T721 aggressor. This is the second time he approached Team OG, and this time he will do the job. Team OG gets eliminated on 11th position, and now we are left with 10 teams and 31 players. Stage 4 it is, and it's comparatively less chaotic as there are less team alive. Maybe we'll have to wait for the circle to be more smaller, and then maybe we'll see more action happening. Aero 404 wants to execute a wild rotation, but yes, they will be finding a vacant compound for themselves in the southwest of the circle, and there's no team who's going to stab them in their back, so they can execute that early rotation, and they'll be finding a harder compound for themselves, so it all works out. It all makes sense. Next Esports, by the way, I don't understand their psychology. Why are they being so much cautious? Why are they holding themselves so much from initiating fights? So many questions I have. I mean, it would have been different if they had played well in the first 3 games. But since they haven't performed in the first 3 games, playing passive or seriously doesn't make any difference. Tell me, final player surviving for TNN. 721 is pretty much close. And T721 has opened up now. I feel like they've lost all the pressure which they had in their minds. And they're playing more freely. They're executing what they want to execute. They're not holding back. They're not thinking much. They're looking in a really good flow. And that is a bad news for all the other teams in this lobby. T721 is all set to make a comeback. Although they have less eliminations, but they are looking more committed. They are looking more convinced in what they want to do. They are not holding back, actually. They are taking the crucial decisions which can shape the game for them. Just how aggressor pushed in against Emoji twice. Once he got a opening, and the next time when he closed in, he eliminated Emoji. He made sure that he's making it worthy for his team after closing in. But now Team Danger Esports shows up. So this is the ultimate test of T721. Can they stop a team like Danger Esports? The team who has been the head of the table. Has got 2 winner chicken dinners out of 3 games. And that too with almost 2 dozen eliminations. Neville gets knocked out, by the way. It's a good accomplishment for T721. DE with their second setback. They're down to 2 players. It's a 3v2 fight. T721, they are so much unpredictable, this shows. All Stars, by the way, they might move from the east of the circle and sweep this whole area down. They can eliminate both these teams right at the same time. That would just give them extra eliminations. But they have to wait for these both teams to get more vulnerable. Dawn moves in and gets knocked down, so Boria won't be able to help out his teammate. And Afterlife now, step by step, they're moving in closer. Windy and Stormy. It's the duel I can see. I guess Team All-Star is just alive with 2 players. They're alive with 2 players. Danger Esports gets eliminated. This is the same map which they dominated. 18 eliminations, winner, chicken and ass, we remember. But this time, they will be short. The most important factor is T721 didn't even lose a player in this fight. None of the players got knocked out. But All Stars, we could see just 2 players in the mini-map, but all their 4 players are alive at this point. So Team All Stars, T721, these both teams are in contention of winning this game. Aero 404 manages to win that fight. 3 elimination. Bangs, Ryuga is the dual surviving. Razvan, the deadly guy of Team Aero 404, is now officially eliminated from this game. So Aero 404 will just continue this journey with 2 players. Less players, less tasks you can execute at the same time. We are being quiet till now. The circle is in a wide open area. There's barely a compound inside the circle. The compound which is present inside the circle has been secured by Team EV, I guess. Uh-oh. Themselves are in an open area. Oh, Twix gets taken down. Evie gets eliminated. That was Hammy finished with the top squad again. Evie gets eliminated. TNN gets eliminated on 6th position, and we are left with 5 teams. 13 players. Team All-Stars occupying the most of the part of the circle. 4 players they have, and this is a luxury. And just now, keep on watching how they turn this game into their pocket, into their favor. Banks gets knocked out. Just one final player alive. That is going to be Ryuga. 100 meters, 404 error is away from the circle. Banks needs a revival. Ryuga is going to sacrifice his life to save his teammate. Could have utilized this time to enter the circle. Now he catches attention of his opponents. Nobu on the other side gets cooked by the grenade. Mami is the final player. Although Wendy is knocked out. Maybe Mami should move towards the circle. Yes, Mami should move towards the circle. I don't know why JDH Mami is wasting so much time. Mami should have moved towards the circle. Just few meters it is. But maybe Mami wants to move with the blue zone. Just to eliminate the risk of being stabbed in the back. That will be done. Mami secures a safe spot. I mean, nobody has Mami. Uh-oh, Ryuga is finding it very difficult to survive. And that final bullet connection will be made by Mami. JDH eliminates Team Aero 404. Aero 404 gets eliminated on 5th position. Aggressor gets knocked out. T721 had a convincing position for them. Mami gets taken down by Misha, by the way. Team Afterlife eliminates Team JDH. Mami dug his own grave by eliminating Team Aero 404. 3 teams, 5 players. Afterlife, they have a height advantage, but they are now not present inside the circle. That is more of a worry for them. But 12 eliminations for Team Afterlife. We all know how they fought in 70 against Team SNR. Will Koji be able to revive his teammate? That vehicle is going to explode, but eventually it's going to create a hell of a cover for T721. But smokes are needed right now. Spidey gets eliminated by Misha, so Koji is the final player surviving, and it's a 1v2v2. No, it's a 2v1v1. Right, tracing by Koji. Nefredo is a bit nervous and he gets knocked out. Koji brings in hopes for his team. And now it's practically possible to execute a 1v2 against 2 different teams. But can he eliminate Team Afterlife? Misha is facing the damage of the blue, and maybe Misha won't be able to make it to the safe zone. And Afterlife will get eliminated on 3rd position. This is so sad to see. Yes, it's a 1v1 left. And Koji knows where Skylord Jord is. And Skylord Jord himself is being mauled by the blue zone, but he launches a grenade. And that grenade won't cover up the distance. Oh, that was close. That was very close. But Skylord Jord makes it to the safe areas, and he's breathing well now. He heals himself. Oh, brilliant by Koji. It is all over. T721 gets the job done. Winner, chicken dinner for them with 8 T-limbs. That is insane. And that's the end of match number 4. And this leaves us so much suspense for match number 5. Match 5 is going to be a hell of a battle because all the teams are going to try hard. We're taking a short break and we'll be right back with match number 5. Till then, like, subscribe. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for match number 4. It's time for Rondo, and here we go. Flight path initiates from Bailey, finishes off towards the southeast of Mehran, favoring the northern part of Rondo map. It's comparatively easy to access the north, but teams love to fight in Yulin and Neox factory. But as we can see, Yulin is far away from the flight path, so it's difficult to head to his Yulin, but you can head to his Neox factory. Most of the teams maintaining the OG3-1 splits. Very less team dropping in Neox factory, that is surprising. EV Esports, they'll be heading to its stadium. First circle has just formed. First circle favoring the central regions of Rondo map. So the teams dropping in Neox factory and Yulin, they can be relaxed as they can take their time to proceed into these fights. They don't have to hurry up. Yeah, now a lot of teams are dropping in Neox factory. Now we can see some teams who really want to go for blood in the initial stages of this Rondo game. Now to see Danger Esports where they have dropped. They drop in an isolated drop location away from fights. Yes, they didn't show up here because Danger Esports, they want eliminations. They don't want thrill, they want eliminations in the record phase. So mostly the teams right now in Neox factory, they are chasing thrill rather than eliminations. And I feel like maintaining 2-2 splits in Rondo is more practical than maintaining 3-1 splits. Because your recall phase is more balanced. You have 2 recallers, it's more safer. And when the recall phase is over, your recallers can get into fights in a dual split. That is more of a practical thing. And dropping in the outer skirts of Neox factory is always practical, in my opinion, because then you don't have to fight multiple teams right at the same time. Doritos! Where were you running, boy? Doritos gets taken down. And yeah, when you drop in the outer skirts of Neox factory or unit, you don't have to fight multiple teams right at the same time. You can take your time and fight one at one time. Oh, gosh! Hell no, what a drop shot that was. Crazy. Next Esports is staying on the edge. This reduces the risk of backstab as well. They just have to focus on the teams which are in front of them. When you're in the center of Neox factory, I mean, you're fighting multiple teams at the same time. That just increases your workload. Aero 404. No elimination they've secured. So now they didn't even get a chance to fight, maybe. And now they will climb up the rooftop of the factory in Neox. Has any team eliminated till now? Yep, TNN gets eliminated from this game. AX gets eliminated from this game too, so they were all in this fight as they had nothing to lose, nothing to win. So then they didn't waste time. They went all in into these fights. No player will be sent on record TARs. All the good players showing up in Neox factory. But Team TNN, I mean, they played so much passive in the last game. But maybe just mishappening happened there. And that's why Team TNN got eliminated early. In fact, they got eliminated first. Razwan gets exposed. Razwan gets taken down. Aero 404. Is their recaller safe? That is the question. Yup. Their recaller is safe. But the problem is, Aero 404 couldn't even secure one elimination at the recall phase of this Rondo game. That is going to affect their confidence and morale so much. Yucho gets stabbed in his back. Aggressor that was. And Aggressor gets the confirmation. Razor could have stolen that frag of Aggressor. But he didn't read the finished feed, maybe. He had no clue about the presence of player on the rooftop. Ultimately, 5 eliminations, by the way. At least this final rondo is going as per their expectations. EV down to 1. Loops, final player surviving. Maybe he can access the records, and he can bring back his teammates into the game. It's not really a need to worry, but Avalanche Esports, if they know about the final player's position, they are not gonna spare him. They're gonna search down Loops. But Avalanche Esports has no clue right now. RBG will be called back, and Avalanche Esports lands back on their feet. 4 players strong again. SNR Esports, by the way, they're into a fight. They dropped an isolated drop location, and they're fighting Team GS. This is much of a better situation to fight in, because you're fighting one team at a time. So less job you have to do, less hard work you have to do. You have to put in less efforts. You don't have to save yourself from multiple teams at the same time. This is more practical to me. By the way, SNR Esports, they're just playing with 3 players. So I hope they don't become easy targets for Team 3S. Team TS is known for performing well in Rondo. In the last Rondo game as well, they got a terrific winner chicken dinner. So this is just the beginning. Team TS is looking for an early boost. So these 3 eliminations can really make it worthy for them. Although Team TS already has 3 eliminations, so they will jump on to 6 if they eliminate Team SNR. And that is going to feed them a lot of confidence. SNR Esports tanking those grenades continuously. Team TS tried to hit Team SNR with everything they had, but now all those utilities are gone, drained out. So TS has to wait for SNR to make a mistake. As soon as TS gets an opening, TS would start closing in. They're trying to bait the players. Even Melas, that was a bait. But TS couldn't capitalize. SNR is still intact. None of the players have been knocked out. Numbers advantage TS has in this fight, but still they are being so much cautious. Because this Rondo game is crucial for them. And I guess there are hopes for Team TS to at least secure a #2 on the point stable. One piece gets knocked out. This is the moment TS was waiting for. They got the opening. Melas is going for the flank angle. TS started moving in closer. This is just gonna increase the chaos. Oh, Leon gets stuck. That smoke grenade won't allow Leon to see clearly. He won't be able to enter in. One of the players of TS has been finished out. Bishke takes the initiative. Bishke gets knocked out. Melas is the final player surviving in. Things have gone south for Team TS. Who must have thought that Team TS would lose their grip on this fight? Despite of having numbers advantage, TNT shows up. It's a 1v1 against Melas. And Melas will be taken down. Team TS is out. On 18th position now. Their hopes shattered into pieces. Danger Esports, 6 elims for them. And they will win this fight. They'll be eliminating Avalanche Esports. But JDH shows up. Even Team GE shows up. But Team GE and JDH fighting among themselves, leaving Danger Esports in a corner. Danger Esports gets enough time to revive all their players. And now they will look at the situation optimistically. And they will try to get all the eliminations, although Yuma is out. So Danger Esports might need to recall back Yuma into this game, but I hope Yuma has a recall right now. Because if Yuma doesn't have a recall, then Danger Esports has to continue this game with 3 players. But the kind of start Danger Esports has got, I guess, even if they get eliminated early, it's not going to bother their position on point stable. Torn, final player remaining, and he's in a situation of 1v4. Clutch-like situation it is. Only 2 players of JDH Esports showed up in this compound, and GE Esports took care of them. And just 2 players are remaining. GE Esports, they're in a healthy position, so it's difficult for Dawn to execute a 1v4, although he's trying his best. Well, he has plenty of utilities. He's getting knocked down a player. He misses this time. Picks up 8, getting so well. Dawn is low. Surviving on 10 HPs. Can he pull up a miracle? No way. John will be taken down by Kylo Jord. Danger Esports gets eliminated on 16th position with 6 elimination points, which is decent. It will help them to increase the lead on points table, but the kind of performance they showed, those 2 games where they got winner chicken dinner, that will be enough, I guess, for them to become the champion. But Accelerate Esports shows up out of nowhere. Skylo Jord is taking care of them, and Accelerate Esports, I guess they're eliminated. Accelerate is out. Hell no, what a control Team GR has on the compound. They are not messing it up. And no team can stop Team GR now. And this is what happens when you have nothing to lose and a lot to win. When you play fearlessly. When you don't have the pressure of getting eliminated. You improvise. And that is what Team GR is doing right now. Oh, Black 69 is out. Rosino. By the way, he's the one who in position. Misha almost had his back to his Morzino. Morzino missed. He try again. Misha very smartly is moving into his teammate's vision. Misha will be put down by Morzino. And now Team Afterlife, they started closing in. Windy! Wow, that was insane. What a short connection that was by Windy. Team ZL gets eliminated on 14th position. This Rondo game has got pace now. Finish feed is running like a bullet train. Fights happening everywhere. It's chaotic. And now Team Eevee becomes a victim. Down to 2 they are. Loops and Big, they are separated. So they're not having any threat of getting eliminated as they are so much away from action and fight. But as soon as they get into the circle, I guess they will get into fights. LMT Esports, finally in this last game, they'll get to deliver 9 eliminations. But this is not the end. LMT Esports shouldn't get satisfied with these 9 eliminations. They have to smoke this lobby out. That is how they're going to fetch out aura. Or they're going to regain the aura which they've lost. I love the way Era 404 is just trying to survive. Since they have numbers disadvantage, they're keeping themselves away from fights. They're not panicking. Successfully just finding a spot inside the circle where you can just survive without catching the attention of teams. But this increases the threat of them being backstabbed. I mean, that's a way too open area. If any team shows up in their back-end ridge, that is going to be game over for Aero 404. They just have to keep on praying that no team shows up. T721, by the way, they are fighting Team Italy. I wonder how Team Italy did not perform in this tournament, because most of the time this team delivers, but Team Italy, this tournament was miserable. Couldn't even deliver in a single game. All the games they got eliminated early. They kept on getting eliminated early. In this game as well, there are 5 eliminations, but I feel like at least in this last game, Team Italy will try to put in a good finish. Because it affects the psychology of players. If you don't finish in the... If you don't perform throughout the tournament, but if you finish well in the last game, it gives you confidence. It saves your motivation. It doesn't completely demotivate you. So, I guess Team Italy will be focusing on keeping up the motivation by performing in this last game. It is important for them. It will surely influence their performance in the upcoming tournaments if they perform well in this last game. It's not going to completely demotivate them. SNR Esports. Beast gets knocked out. SNR dealing fire on Team Afterlife. There is a distance between both these teams. SNR would convincingly deal those shots on Team Afterlife. Stormy although gets knocked out. T721 taking calculated risks. Absolutely, they are taking calculated risks. They are attacking the vulnerable teams. Afterlife, their numbers disadvantage. One of the players was knocked out. T721 attacks them. Windy escapes. S2 is the safe areas. Staying here is dangerous. And T721 now attacks SNR as well. And this is going to be a hell of a battle. Will SNR be able to defend the attack of T721? Although SNR is out of the circle now, so it doesn't make sense for T721 to head to his SNR. That would just cost them a lot of time. And Windy is the only player that is perfectly present inside the circle. All the other teams are out. So GE needs to wind this fight up as soon as possible. LMT Esports, well, they can make a decision of diverting their rotation and moving towards the circle. JDH is moving, but LMT maybe won't allow JDH to back off from this fight. And JDH on their way to the circle. They're fighting next to Esports. Oh, Cavarage takes down Nobu. Don't cry. Random spray to the smoke. Cavarage is affected by that spray. And Quan takes down Cavarage. The next Esports, they're eliminated from this game. But LMT Esports catches Mami and Quan off guard. And JDH is just left with one player. JDH is completely paralyzed. So their options have been cut off. Don't cry has a option of just surviving now. Even if he wants to aggress, he cannot. GE trying to enter the circle from the north, and they can end up in a fight against T721, a 4v4 fight, but two players be knocked out. And the question is, will they be saved? Will there be a reset for Team GE? I don't think so, because Team GE is already maintaining a lot of distance among themselves. Players are split it up, so GE will just focus on entering the circle. Gentleman has already been eliminated, so GE will just focus on entering the circle instead of reviving their players, because, I mean, winner chicken dinner is more important at this point than saving players. Another casualty, and Kashi is the final player surviving, and who will be taken down? Kashi is the final player surviving, who will be taken down, and GE gets eliminated from this game on 6th position. 5 teams, 12 players are now alive. LMT Esports, spectacular stuff. Where did they hide this kind of stuff till now? Where was this performance in the first 4 games? LMT will deliver, but a bit late. Koji eliminates Ninja, Team 721. They are rising up on points table, and this is a worry for Team Danger Esports. T721 has 13 eliminations. They have 6 competitors in front of them left in this lobby. If T721 gets 3 more eliminations, it's going to be 26 points for them. Last game as well, they got a winner chicken dinner. But elimination points is going to make a difference on the points table, I feel like. If they want to get that hashtag 1, they need more elimination points. If they get their hands on each and every player, maybe it can then make sense. Maybe it can become possible. The dream might become more clear. Koji gets knocked out. This is a problem. Ravarino gets eliminated, leaving just one final player of T721, Aggressor. And Aggressor is the center of attraction. At any moment, he can be spotted and he can be eliminated. Windy is so much closer, and Aggressor will be eliminated. So Danger Esports, I guess they are winning. Afterlife, Windy, final player surviving. LMT Esports gets the winner chicken dinner. It is all over. LMT gets the winner chicken dinner. 21 eliminations. What a way to finish off. LMT Esports did nothing in the first 4 games, but this final game is surely going to keep them motivated. Smoked out the lobby completely. 21 eliminations, winner chicken dinner. Spectacular that is. Afterlife with hashtag 2. 11 elims still have. And that's the end, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all guys have enjoyed and if yes, make sure to hit that like button and the subscribe button. I'm Saito signing off. Bye bye, good night and take care.